Some of you may have noticed the small exosuit appearing on the background of some of my videos, and for a long time I had the intention to review the unique figure set, but it got superseded by other figures like Warhammers. Well, today we say enough is enough, and we look at the Soldier Story's exosuit and its theme. Apologies, but its name is too long and complicated, so let's dive in. Let's immediately get rid of the cover and focus on the armored exosuit and its dark brown color scheme. First impression is that it is quite lightweight. Yes, it looks cool from the exterior, but you can tell that there are a lot of empty space inside. Fortunately, there are no loose parts. It feels quite solid. The cool paint in the promo pics is confirmed in this live impression. The color is nicely made, with a lot of chipping effects along the edges and those that appear to be the moving parts, like the pilot hatch in the front. There is plenty of decals, that perfectly screened and very detailed. This cheeky rock and roll is the most prominent, of course. Design-wise, it is an egg with chunky legs and arms, with a big ammo drum on the back and some additional cool details spread all around. On the other side of the package we have the human figures, one pilot and two futuristic soldiers. We'll start by taking a look at the pilot. The girl is quite smaller than the other soldiers, but she has a cool look, with her green flight suit and some additional attached devices. In theory you could remove the helmet, but it is quite a tight fit, and I like her like this. The face is quite clean and well done, nothing that will make you scream to the masterpiece though. Articulations are quite okay for what you will need, nothing extreme for both legs and arms, but appropriate for normal scenarios. The paint job is quite plain. I personally added some inking after the review to make some details pop up a bit more, on the flight suit especially. You also have two additional sets of hands for her, but they are so tiny that you will have some fun in swapping them. I left the default ones since they are pretty okay for my display needs. The cool head can be turned like a possessed demon, but you probably don't want that unless you are a very evil person. Overall, I like her, quite unique figure, even if the paint job could have been better. The other soldiers have cool futuristic look in the harness, without going complete sci-fi. It is nothing extreme, but they are a good complement for the exosuit armor. Their faces are well made, again nothing exceptional, but quite well screened. They have bulletproof vests and those additional things on the back that are either sensors, cameras or rocket launchers, pick your favorite. Great decals perfectly applied, but again a quite dull paint job. I will apply some inking myself later on. Size-wise, they are a bit larger than normal 1/18 scale soldier figures, like those provided by Joy Toy, but we can say that they are selected for the physical sides too. They are both provided with helmets that can be fit on the existing heads. I had to heat them with an air dryer to facilitate the operation, but it is not an impossible mission. The result is quite nice and make them look like they have advanced displays integrated in their systems, and they are probably networked with the exosuit. Overall, they are quite okay for their role, and the entire team can really help you in telling a soldier story. The soldiers are provided with weapons that look quite small compared to their size, but maybe I'm too used to Warhammer figures. Batteries are also included, if you like to exploit the lighting built in the exosuit. They provide you with the instruction leaflet for the installation. Just be careful because everything is quite tightly fit together. Articulations are quite poor for the exosuit, with those chunky legs having limited freedom of movement. Same for the arms, where you are pretty limited in what you can do. The left arm is provided with a 3-fingered mechanical hand, but don't expect to grab anything with it. But it can rotate along the main axis if this is important for you. The exosuit looks to me quite over-engineered for its size. It is provided with many parts that can be turned on and off, like the internal monitors and camera in the front. The batteries are also included, but I personally avoided putting them in my action figures. In addition, the screw on the back was covered in paint, and I did not want to ruin it. It has a great look, and the paint job is quite good. I want this figure for that, and I'm quite satisfied. But if you are expected to do something more dynamic, be warned. You also have this antenna thing, with foldable side arms. Now, it could even be an anti-armor rocket, but it seemed to me more like some satellite communication array / signal jamming / sensor device. Again, pick your favorite option. It is quite small, but it is also working perfectly. The foldable arms are easy to move and they stick in place without any issues. Again, it seems to me another place of over-engineered equipment, but I'm sure some of you will like all of these details. Then we have this ammo belt that must be plugged with one side on the drum on the backpack and the other in the Gatling gun on the right arm. Nothing complicated, but you will probably need to hit it before trying to make it fit into position. Now we can see the cockpit, which is quite tight but looks great. It is a bit difficult to open the first time, but after you get used to it, then you will be okay. The inside is full of details, with sensors and other cool parts, but everything looks painted in flat grey, which is not really that awesome. The padded pilot seat and other parts are quite cool instead. You can rest assured that they will do their job if you decide to display it with open cockpit. Sadly, not even our tiny pilot can fit inside. You will probably need to rip her apart to make her fit like in the promo pics. On my side, I wanted her to stay outside, so it is not a big deal. The exosuit armor stay connected to the main body through some magnets. Hopefully they will work for a long time, but it sounds to me another part that looks cool, but maybe it was too much complication. For sure, it works fine, and all parts fit together nicely. So what we have so far is some cool looking figures and an exosuit, but with a bit limited posing options. In my case, I'm still undecided about what the best posing will be. For now I will stick to my tiny pilot girl, so proudly showing her battle suit after having performed some maintenance and getting it ready for action. They are quite a great fit together. The combination of the pilot look and the exosuit is my favorite. I must find a place for the soldiers, but to be honest, pilot and exosuits were the main reasons for getting this entire figure set. The details are quite awesome, from the front to back, with armor plates with those appropriate chipping effects and those mail protection for joints and cables. You can tell that a lot of effort has gone into the mecha design, less in the figures themselves. The result is quite good in terms of look, but less so in terms of articulations, but this is due to the design more than the technical realization. I guess that you either like or dislike this kind of power armor. In my case, it reminded me the Panzerklein designs from the good old Silent Storm game, and I hope we will see something more in this line. But even with the limited articulations, you can make it pose while running, more or less. The large flat feet provide quite a stable platform, no need for any special base, and you can see that our walking egg is much more menacing in these kind of situations. It reminds me the exosuits from the 9th Army figures from Joy Toy for many aspects, including the limited articulations due to the design more than the quality control reasons. It was quite a unique piece for my collection, but I will say that it is a tad bit overpriced for what you get. You probably want a simpler design for a cheaper price, or even get rid of the soldier figures and only get the power armor, but this is not probably fitting the entire figure line's goals. For the comparison, we will use some normal soldier figures from Joy Toy and also bring the Luna guns on the field. The main antennas on the Luna guns, in fact, look like some good complement for the exosuit and its team, going around and exploring the territory, performing hit and run attacks as needed. You can see that the soldier escorting the exosuits are a tiny bit larger than the normal soldiers, but they still blend in nicely. Overall, I can say that the exosuit is a cool design, with a great aesthetics if you like the kind of mecha. For all other people out there, I will say that it is overpriced and over-engineered for what you get. But we all know that there is very little rationality in collecting action figures. Having said that, I wish you a great new year. This is probably the first video for 2025 and we will see what we'll have next.